For last so many decades, we have been seeing that people, that the students or our own kids, they are curious. And then what exactly we do? What exactly we do? Anybody can tell me what we as parents do? You see, the first slide itself tells you what exactly we do. Whenever they just say anything, ask anything, or they want to go somewhere, what they do is the parents, as a parent or as a senior, ये तो problem है. Now the people that they don't see the post in the group and then asking for the link, and that is a problem. So what generally we do is we shout at them, why, where, when, how, and more or less what. Throwing our big balls, eyeballs, and then saying what. So this type of attitude, our attitude, basically suppresses all the curiosity in the kids, and that is why they don't, at some point of time in their life, within a month or so, they just stop asking us, and then they feel scared कि मैं मम्मी से पूछूंगा तो this will happen, पापा से पूछूंगा this will happen. So they don't go. What exactly is the curiosity? Curiosity is the Latin word curiosita. That is careful, diligent, curious, means anxious to know something new, desire to learn something new. So they don't, the folks who are not curious, basically, they ask such questions, they are curious to gain their knowledge. And curiosity exists among all human beings, right from the kids, from infancy to adulthood. Just see, for example, if we are moving around in the road and something happens, we stop to see what has happened. It is not going to impact us, it is not going to impress us, but we just stop to know what happens. So curiosity is the key ingredient of for learning. It leads to knowledge also, but the ability to make connections among various pieces of information. And for parents, it is very much important because they have the right answer. The word inquisitive and prying, he is prying for the knowledge. So, how it is manifested? सबसे पहली चीज होती है gossip. What we do is we go for the gossips. Staff room gossips हर स्कूल में होती है. But those who want to rise up in their career and those who want to progress in their career, they don't go for these type, and they, those also who don't want to spoil their what do you call relations with the people, they don't go for these type of gossips. And watch, big boss में ये हुआ, उसमें ये हुआ, KBC में ये हुआ, nothing is going. Yesterday we were on Juhu beach, and through the way my daughter only told me, ये देखो ये अमिताभ बच्चन का घर है. मैंने कहा ये ईंट, गारा, सीमेंट इसी चीज का बना है. So then what is the big deal to stop and look? मैं चलते रहो. So it is basically the main ingredient to know, to gain something. And what about science, geography, or any other topic? Or sometimes to gain the knowledge how to fix the things. Basically, a person who is curious, he will keep on watching a carpenter also working at his home, the painter also working at his home, the electrician working at his home, how he fixes the things. And then same problem when it rises in his presence, then he tries to fix it up the same way. Maybe he spoiled the game, or maybe he is able to fix it. So, and sometimes, like in COVID times, most of the people, most of the uh, males of the family, they took to cooking. My son-in-law also, and now he is a great cook. He is cooking more or less every time. Every day we are having one meal, either lunch, breakfast, or dinner, but he is doing. And you see, curiosity is the most vital ingredient for many professions like journalism, writers, inventors, scientists, discoverers, so on and so forth. Now, is it a skill? Yes, curiosity is a skill. These days, if a person is conducting an interview, he would like to go for what? He would like to go to see how much he can do the things, how much he can. Because you see, curiosity is such a skill that if you are given a task about which you don't know, so if you are curious, you will be able to ask such thing which is not within your reach from your colleagues, from your seniors, from the experts, and from your CV only. The employers or the would-be employees, they would come to know how much curious this person is, whether he is able to take the risk in his life or not. And that is why they are powerful. They help us learn and grow. However, I tell you, the curiosity can destruct a man if he has got a dangerous mindset. If it stops us from becoming obsolete, fill in our blind spots, and improve our self awareness. Like, say, for example, a few months back, I was just asking one of my friends way back in 1977 when we were doing in class 10 together. At that time, we were studying together, and now he is wearing a scarf. So I asked him, you know how to uh, tie the knot of a scarf? So what exactly he told me is that this is not a tied up, but this is a stitched scarf which is very much available in the market. I asked the address, reached over there, bought 4 5, and now once I am in Delhi, then certainly I will be wearing them. You see why it is important. I have discussed with you just now new possibilities, new opportunities, new world. It is very much effective to learn something. And to learn something, you must or understand something or gain knowledge, enhance your knowledge. This is very important. Asking, asking, and asking. If a person is curious and he fails, what he will do? He will try to analyze the reasons why I failed. And for those reasons, he will try to eradicate those reasons so that increase their chance of success. And apart from intelligence efforts, curiosity is a hungry mindset. One of the three important key predictors of academic achievement, academic success in the early childhood. It is very important. Curious kindergartners, they have high scores if it is not suppressed in the positive perspective and experiences. It appears to be a force within us, through which we enhance our knowledge, number one, our intelligence, number two, and number three is our experience. Once we do something, we fail, we try to find out, analyze what were the reasons for the failure. If we succeed, then we keep on repeating those steps and improvise those steps. Fine. Now, benefits are also there. These are all the benefits. Why? Importance and those they are benefits. Life satisfaction. I am satisfied with what I have done. Positive emotions keep on coming. Hope is there and purpose in the life. Self-compassionate. This is the word for the teenagers who are curious in their life. If you are open to exploring and appreciating new experiences, you may be more kind and accepting of yourself. That is, more tolerant of anxiety. You will not be anxious anymore if you are curious. Tolerant of anxiety. Humorous and playful. Emotionally expressive but stable. Non-defensive. And then non-critical. These people who are curious, they don't criticize all the time. Why? Why? They don't. They don't go for this thing. Rather, they try to explore themselves. Why this thing happened? Like, say, for example, whenever there is something mishappening takes place in the country or in the state, in the district, in your school even, then there is a sort of inquiry commission or inquiry committee set up to find out what is the reason. And then to remove that reason so that if it is bad resulting, then it will not be repeated. And if it is good, then it should be promoted. Right? Then your brains, why curiosity enhances this learning? Because you see, there was a research, and in this research, 100 students, students were asked 100 trivial questions. They were kept on giving the webinars, workshops for 1 hour daily for 1 month with a notebook, pen, pencil, notebook, everything. And they kept on writing it out. Then in the night time before going to bed, they will go for the reflection. What I have learned today in the class. What is the meaning of dinosaur? Different type of storms take place in the sea. What is the difference between tornado और बल्कि अभी तो ये आते ही जा रहे हैं किसी किसी नाम से. And then a curious mind will certainly find out that it depends upon the speed of the wind during that time, exactly which is to be considered. And when MRI was done on these students, it was two important findings that came out. Number one was that curiosity prepares the brain for learning. If you want to know something, you become curious. And if it is not, you are not satiated with this, what exactly happened, what reason I have been given, I am not satisfied with this, what will be happening that you will be having dreams related to that particular thought. And that is why if we are curious, then certainly, and we come to know about the answer also, we will retain that information for a long time, very long time. That is why we learn by curiosity, number one. So we have to ask the right question. I have given this example in earlier webinars also. Nivedita ma'am is the proof, evidence that
Yes.
every time a teacher says in the class, sun rises in the east, and we just try to mug it up. Everybody mugs it up. One boy, he was curious. Ma'am, science teacher tells us that sun is stationary in the solar system and all our planets revolve around the sun. Is he wrong or you wrong? Now the question comes. Is he wrong or you wrong? And the teacher is taken by a jerk, not to answer. But the child will remember, both are right. because we are rotating towards the sun and it seems that it is rising above the horizon. It seems it is not rising, it is not moving at all. He's right. So social studies teacher is also right and science teacher both are right. And he remembers this for whole. अब जब देखिए ना, ये जो हमारे स्पेस साइंटिस्ट हैं, they were curious as young as class 5, 10 years, 11 years. तो मैंने मेरे से मुंबई में आने के बाद आया now for 2 weeks. And one of the passengers in the locals, he was a space scientist. Over here, he was wearing some ID card. Managa, sir, you are from the space department, yes? Managa, when did you start learning about the space? Okay, they're not learning about the space, but about the various principles involved for space exploration. Managa, what was the first topic which came to your mind? So he told me, sir, I first learned about escape velocity. We are being attracted towards the earth by 9.8. Generally, we say that the force of gravity is 9.8. We generally mention. So if our velocity going away from earth is so much so that our acceleration is so much so that we can overcome this force of gravity, we will move into the space. And on that principle, these space rockets and space missions, they are all designed. So that is the curiosity. Number 2 is it makes subsequent learning more rewarding. अब एक बार आपने पढ़ लिया, स्पेस में जाने के लिए एस्केप वेलोसिटी होनी चाहिए. अब उसके बाद उसको रिटेन करने के लिए कितना होना चाहिए? After 600 kilometers, you don't need to go for any type of movement. You will move on your own because the gravity will not be working there. It doesn't work there. It doesn't work at all. You keep on moving without, just like you might have seen a few people who have been on the moon, who have been out in the space, having only a tube giving them oxygen. Beyond that, they don't know anything. No force of attraction. And what is, if your weight on earth is 10 kg, you will be having 1/9 of your weight. Approximately, if we say 1/10, so you will be measuring 1/9. That means 10 kg you will be there. And once you remember the things by curiosity, by asking the questions, your answer, you will be retaining that particular thing for a longer time. It gives you two things. First is happy hormone, that is serotonin, and feel good hormone, that is dopamine. These two hormones are created, serotonin and dopamine. Serotonin का नाम मैंने नहीं लिखा है, I will just rectify this one. But dopamine is happiness hormone. And how do I know that? Not being by virtue of being a science student, but by the way of knowing the things out of curiosity. Next is, how many types of curiosity is there? आप तो कहेंगे कि सर curiosity का तो मतलब यही है, you just want to know something, you ask the people, get the answer and write. But no, there are a number of curiosity. Number 1 is joyous exploration. Like when you travel to a new place, discover a new artist you love, pursue a new hobby like geocaching. Or if you are traveling, you just don't keep on looking both the sides. Both the sides. What? What for? For to enjoy something. Yesterday when I was going to Juhu Chopati, on the way, I saw the residence of Amitabh Bachchan, मैंने बोला. Next, Lata Mangeshkar, that uh, what was that? Guru Kripa. Then Antilla of Mukesh Ambani. Physically, I saw that. So that is joyous exploration. Number two is need to know. You want to know is something, but there is a need to know. And need to know gives you a lot of curiosity because you want to fill the gap between the first one and the next one. Between that, there is something which is missing. What do you need to know to fix it? So this dimension is called deprivation sense curiosity. Next one is social curiosity. Like if there is an accident on the road, you just stop and want to see what happens. What has happened? You want to know about other person. So you watch them, you talk to them, you want to know them. Then the fourth one is accepting the anxiety. Like say for example, this is technically called stress tolerance. I want to go to gym. What are the main things? Not only dumbbells, not only ropes. You have to go for protein diet also. अच्छा ये भी करना होता है running also. अच्छा running. Then having proteins in your diet. Milk. Then protein shake also you have to. So this is accepting the anxiety because you are uncomfortable with your feelings. Then the fifth one is thrill seeking. You want to know because you and at this particular time to satire this anxiety, you go to the extent of risking the things. Like when you want go for the elections in your school or college, you make a speech and then just want to see the impact of your speech. लोग क्या कह रहे थे? You keep on asking your friends also, the known persons also. क्या कह रहे थे लोग? कैसा लगा? Now dealing with inquisitive child. Don't ever ask an inquisitive child to shut up. Because generally they are scolded for asking too many questions. आप ऑफिस से आए हैं, स्कूल से आए हैं, and your child keeps on asking, ममा ये कैसे होगा, ममा वो कैसे होगा. आप उसको चुप बैठो यार, let me have a glass of water. जहां आपने उसको shut up कहा, everything will be gone. Everything will be gone. This is what I am telling you. And this is a reality. So never be rude or dismiss your child rudely. It is better say. Vedita ma'am ने कहा, अभी कहा ना, I have just come. So in return, what I told her, okay ma'am, you have a cup of tea, coffee, whatsoever, you take some rest. And she made me the host. She made me the host. So why? Because the way we talk to each other, then it happens. It happens that way. So if we are rude to others, the same thing will be coming back to us. Next is dealing with the at home and at the earliest, the boundary should be enforced. How much talking the parents are talking. They are not supposed to intervene unless invited. You people, you are talking to your husband, you are talking to your wife, and in between, your child comes and tells you or asks you, मैम वो मम्मी ये हमारे पड़ोसी कहाँ पैकिंग करके कहाँ जा रहे हैं? How do I know? And this is none of your business. So, but at the other hand, you also become nosy. what your child is doing, you keep on, जिसको हम helicopter parenting कहते हैं. This is first lesson of parenting, how to satiate the curiosity in a child. So don't stop him after answering his few questions. Encourage him to ask more. But when you are in a relaxed position, you are relaxed, right? Or better is, why does it rain? If a child asks, why does it rain? You may say, if the water precipitates in the atmosphere, they become drops of water. Drops of water are heavy than the air, so they come down. Now the two things are here. They come down, and number one is precipitate. What is the meaning of precipitation? What is the meaning of coming down? Why do they come down? अभी तो यहाँ पर एडवर्टाइजमेंट टीवी में आने लग गया. बॉर्नवीटा अपने बच्चे को आगे बढ़ने के लिए एंकरेज. जो बॉर्नवीटा पिएगा बच्चा वो इंटेलिजेंट होगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. इट इज नथिंग लाइक दैट. The only thing is that how you explain the things so that the child gains some knowledge. And such a skill, if it is set in the kindergarten, Montessori, preschool age, so then the child will be helped a lot throughout his life, and particularly when he goes to the grade school, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. As he grows, he will keep on knowing new things, exploring new things. Now, don't wait for the child to always ask. Sometimes you put the question. Agar aapne, if you have answered some of the questions, then you just ask him. Because the picking is this thing, his brain or her brain. Ask him about the topic you just discussed. You see, in the white color, there are a number of colors mixed. Then white is black. If white is the mixture of all colors, and how will you prove? That is rotating wheel. On a wheel, there is a cog in the center attached to a handle and moving like this. Put different strips of different colors and move it fast. It will turn white. So absence of any color is darkness, and that is black. So what is darkness? Darkness is the absence of light. It is nothing more than that. And if you give such type of answers through which they gain some experience, they gain some knowledge, they gain some information, they will be more curious. They will be more inquisitive. Next is, the more curious a child is, the more they learn. So consider for this new things. Like number one is wonder aloud. Why lake is frozen? You go for a picnic. Why grass is green? Why the leaves of the trees are also green? Then why there is a difference between the greenness of the leaves and the grass? And then ask your child to go for exploring different shades of green colors. Collect different things from nature, all green but different shades. So wonder aloud. Next is encourage them the natural interests. If he's, for example, if he's interested in music, painting, art, give him a lot of push. Provide some opportunities. Bring him a guitar. So that you can create such things through which his right brain as well as left brain, both of them work. You know, our brain, normal human brain works maximum to maximum 4%. और उस 4% का भी जो है very small percentage we are using our brain because we are going on a prototype path where we don't want to explore anything. Next is answer their questions simple and clear. No matter the age. जब भी कोई क्वेश्चन पूछे बच्चा तो आप उससे पलट के पहले ये पूछो कि हाउ मच व्हाट मच यू नो अबाउट दिस whatever the answer is. Just give me 10 seconds. I will have a sip of water. Then answer their questions in simple words and very clear. And if you don't know, just feel apologetic. Beta, I don't know now, but I'll find out until. To stimulate your child's curiosity, ask open-ended questions. Who, what, when, where, why, how, or similar things of inquisitiveness will certainly stimulate your child's curiosity. Next is redirect versus discourage. Rather than stopping, try to discourage them from the bad effect, telling him the bad effect. Say, for example, your child is playing in the mud. So give him the chances to play in the mud, but or dirt. Then tell them what exactly will happen. There are germs. You will get dirty. Your clothes will get dirty. Or on a marble tile floor. If you are moving with your wet foot, then certainly you may slip. And then give them the opportunity to play with such things which are available like water, blocks in place of sand, flower pots, art material. Give them some chances to explore new things, put up their creativity in such a way that they gain something. Store-bought toys, they are very much prototype, but they do not challenge the mind of the child. They do not challenge. And that is why few decades back, a new subject, not subject, rather a craft came into being that is creating something new from waste. I don't know exactly know that slogan, 3-4 words were there. Because store-bought blocks, maps, different pieces are there. You put them together to make a whole, to make a big thing. So that way, it doesn't give the child any sort of challenge. Next, the tips to nurture and develop child's curiosity. Show them the world. Travel, go for park, water park, explore the new things, museums, or new places, and ask them to explore there or find out about their different cultures. Spend time together as a family. Go for a walk or work in a kitchen. This is what I told you. At least on a daily basis, you can spend some time, 15 to 20 minutes together with the family. Say, for example, dinner time. No mobile, no television, no newspaper during the dinner time. We will be sitting together and talking. That is spending time together. Encourage friends and family members to share their experiences rather than gifts. Because they remember, the children remember, not gifts. Gifts रखते हैं, बहुत rare breed is there of the kids who keep those things they are given to them, that are given to them for a very long time. But the experience is retained for a lifetime. And then they retain it till their last time, last moments. Wonder aloud मैंने अभी बताया था, change their routine. For example, you are using only Dove. During winter times, you are using some, I don't know, that glycerin soap. Soap के कलर ही चेंज होंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. Give them a change in their routine. Sunday you can go for late rising. More or less every day you are giving parathas in the breakfast. On Sunday give them bread. And wonder aloud, अभी मैंने पहले बताया था, why the leaves on the trees are green, grass is green, why there is difference in the green. The way you are taking to their school, give them some another school, some other way, some other route. Encourage their natural interest. मैंने अभी पहले बताया था आपको, किसी का पेंटिंग में है, किसी का ड्राइंग में है, किसी का म्यूजिक में है. जो नेचर एक्सप्लोर करने वाले हैं, they have got a very unique, they want to travel, they want to go, they become influencers in today's world. Those are the people. They go for the literature and share their knowledge. There are influencers who are not more than 25, 26, but they explore the things and they go for natural interest. Ask open-ended, अभी मैंने बताया था, use the words like who, what, when, where, why, how, something like this. When your child has a question, ask for their thoughts first before answering. अभी मैंने बोला था prompt thinking. उनकी thinking को थोड़ा सा push कीजिए. Give them opportunity to think or something more. Let kids be kids. Unstructured play is a great way to nurture and develop your child's curiosity and sense of discovery. The Hidden Treasure is one of the most popular games. So let kids be kids. Unstructured game. Gully cricket is also similar such things. Next is surprise them by something new. Like say for example, good morning note under their pillow, a chocolate in their tiffin box. Invite someone they like for lunch, just without announcing beforehand. Sometime you kidnap your child from school. Reach a little bit early. Before that, you must take the permission of the last period teacher. Okay, sir, on Wednesday there is a games period, the last period is games period. Can I take my child before that? And don't give the lame excuse. I want to surprise him, that's why I want to take him. And he will be happy that you are giving them surprises. 12th one, I have given you bake a cake together. Basically, this is working in the kitchen. छोटे से बच्चे को हम लोग अभी आप लोग ने भी करते होंगे, करा भी होगा, that you give a small ball of your dough in the child's hand while you are cooking. बेटा इसकी चिड़िया बनाओ. So he will start playing with that. And as he grows, he start learning the things. He start learning new things. So that is why bake a cake together. Then open-ended stories. एक tale पहले, you just tell them a tale before going to bed. Small, 3, 4, 5 minutes maximum. And after that, in the morning, beta, I told you a story yesterday night, last night. Do you have some topic for that? What should be the title of that? So it will be a very good habit to give them a story at least twice a week. You can, and give his mind an exercise to think about the title. What should be the title? You should not give any title to that. Cinderella and Seven Dwarfs. वो बच्चे के व्यू से उसका क्या आंसर हो, क्या क्या टाइटल होना चाहिए. जस्ट गिव हिम एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू थिंक. अभी मैंने बोला टेक योर किड्स टू एन इथनिक रेस्टोरेंट वेयर लाइक उडुपी, Ratnasagar, and ask him to taste the new dishes over their music also of their own place. Their own place. So they will explore new things. Next one, travel and visit. Abhi maine bataya new places. And finally, observe their interest. And then finally, let your kid be a kid. Let them do what they want. But as long as it is not dangerous. If it is dangerous, then leave it. If it is not dangerous, let him play according to their age. Because at some point of time of their growing up, they want some time to do something on their own. Not mobile, tab, laptop, television. No. You know, I am a product of Kendra Vidyalaya. But whenever we used to go to our village, my grandfather, during those 2 months, he used to bring an English newspaper. And then those 5, 6 old people will gather together and then, read aloud few pieces of news, 4, 5, 10 news openly. So that way, he just rose my interest in language, the English. अभी तो आप देखिए ना, आप अपने बच्चे से देखिए, 4 types of parenting have been there. I have seen 4 types of parenting. मैं इसके बारे में आपको इन्हीं वेबिनार्स में आगे बताऊंगा. 4 types of webinar, sorry, not webinar, parenting. First one was instruction. जो हमारे पेरेंट्स ने कह दिया हमको, we have to do. So it depends. मैं अभी इसके बारे में I'll be letting you know in of these 4. Now, strict parenting or lenient parenting. It shouldn't be none of them. Neither lenient nor strict, but it should be creative punishment. And what punishments are creative? अभी मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूं. Authoritative parenting or permissive parenting? None of them. One such lingering question, then what should be the parenting? Helicopter parenting? No, not at all. क्या करेंगे फिर? It should not be stern. It should be creative. So when you want to punish your child, put a number of creative things. Time out, मैंने 5 तारीख की वेबिनार में बताया था. Discipline without yelling, belling, begging or hitting, spanking. उसमें बोला था इसके बारे में. The punishment should be creative. Because spanking or yelling or begging, these all 3 methods, they will spoil your child under all circumstances. If you start yelling, the child will learn from the behavior you model. He will also start the same behaving. If you go for hitting, so he will take it for granted that it is okay for the elders to hit the youngers. The same thing he will do with his younger brother or sister. Not to do that. So what you do is that in a bowl, put some new things, creative activities on a slip of paper. This is your punishment jar. Whenever you do something wrong, what you will be doing is take out a slip and perform that particular task which is written. What type of task can be there? Clean the dining table can be one. If the child is grown up, say 10, 11, 12 years, take the clothes off cloth line. If he is more grown up, iron the clothes, wash the clothes, similar type of things. So they will be calm down and think. Then you can ask them to think about action rather than apology will not work for long, so that we don't humiliate them. Encourage child to admit the mistake. Yes, mom, I have done wrong. I will not do it again. And he has performed the task out of the syllabus. So creative is time in instead of time out. अभी मैंने बोला आपको टाइम आउट नहीं देना है. टाइम आउट मीन्स टाइम आउट कॉर्नर होता है, टाइम आउट चेयर होती है. Not those. Time out means out of doing anything, put in a corner, sit quietly and do nothing. Not even me you will see. No. It will push them to revolt. Crafty wreath बनाइए अपने रूम डोर के लिए. Wreath, you know, a floral sort of mala. Cleaning the bookshelf, cursive handwriting ke few pages. This can be time in. Take the pet out for a run. थोड़ा सा बड़ा हो गया बच्चा, so then you can ask him to take the pet for a walk. बेटा स्नूफी को लेके जाओ, पार्क तक घुमा के लेके आओ. This is your creative punishment. Next is increase the bedtime. Instead of going to the bed at 10 o'clock, you should be in your bed for 5 minutes more, 10 minutes more. So bring them up. Instead of 10, you will be going to bed at 9:45. Repeat it and you will be at 9:30. So make them serve the dinner. This is also creative. हम सब लोग टेबल पे बैठेंगे. You bring the things, the dishes, the chapatis. But make sure that he washes his hands before serving. Next, power of practice. एक ही चीज को लिख लीजिए. If they have got some problem back at homework, classwork, so what you do is a few photocopies of the dotted lines and ask them to keep on repeating 5 sheets, 2 sheets. Copy it out repeatedly so that your handwriting will improve. Next is hold your tongue. Hold it for 2 minutes. More than sufficient 2 minutes. The child will, you see, even you can also not hold your tongue for more than 5 minutes. 5 minutes भी मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा बोला. You cannot. This is power of holding your tongue. The next one is core in return. If the mess, drying the dishes, doing the dishes, setting the dinner table, serving the dinner, watering the plants, or anything which is age appropriate. अब टाइम इन हमने पहले बोला था, अभी टाइम आउट. टाइम आउट के लिए नो फाइट जोन. Both of you are fighting, so both of you go to the time out zone, but that is no fight zone. आप लड़ेंगे नहीं वहां पे. Rather, there will be a very soft music. Let them cut out the pictures from old magazines, journals, or something like that, and then put either collage or memory book. Next is, and the last one, set a timer. Finish something you have asked them to do. Set a timer. Before 10 minutes, you have to do it. And just like, for example, in the examination hall, you take off the answer sheet from the hands of the child once 3 hours are over. The same way, you put a timer. So once these practices, or better we call them consequences, are in place and made clear to the kids, it is hoped that they will start minding their moves each time they are performing and will certainly develop good habits. This make good habits, break bad ones. This is our last webinar that I will inform you most probably on 24th. ये चारों के चारों टाइम है. Our next webinar will be on, anybody remembers the date? 14th of January, same time, 6:30. So with this, I am ending sharing. If anybody has asked any question, has got any question during this time, you see this webinar is of 45 minutes. You can open up your video, unmute yourself and ask the question. As I told you, it is more or less, Meenakshi ji, it is more or less 6:30 we started, it is going to be 6:25, more or less 1 hour. And all the videos, all the webinars will be this duration only. You will get the recording tomorrow morning. Thank you, Revati ji. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Nida ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for being
Thank you,
present
sir.
over here. Out
Good
of
night, all of you.
11 are there.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night, ma'am.
11.
Good night.
Very good
Good
night. Have a
night.
good dinner also. First, you have good dinner. Then you have a sound sleep. And tomorrow morning,
Yes.
as usual, sometimes try to break your own routine also.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Your own
sir.
routine also you must break.
Yes, I will do that tomorrow.
Yeah, Nivedita ma'am is telling yes, sometimes it is good. It is good for health also.
Yes,
And it is good for your mind also.
yes, absolutely.
All right, if you don't
Will
have
do.
anything, Deepshikha ji, to share with me, yeah, Shweta ji is there, getting ready to speak.
Yes, sir. Actually, I wanted to say that my son is, restless. When I come back home, he has to share so many things. So I asked him that give me 10 minutes. Then he says, Mama, 10 minutes, मैं क्या करूँगा? Then I asked him, okay, you can take 4-5 toys and name them according to you, whatever name you want to name them. And play, role play. तो वो करता है 10 मिनट.
That is something great. Yes. That is
Yes. And his imagination power is very good. So quickly he just imagine a story or कुछ भी ऐसे frame करेगा and he start playing.
And how old he
Like,
is?
Sir, in Feb he is going to be 5 years.
Okay, that's good. That is great rather. Ma'am, अभी उसको push कीजिए towards creativity.
Yes,
So
sir.
you will see some new profession coming up in your life. अरे मेरे
And he's
कुछ नहीं क्या
very
किया?
good in storytelling, story narrating. He's very good. आप एक story बता दो. Next day, if you ask him, he will tell you the full story. He's very good in that.
That's great. That's great. Anybody else would like to share anything? नित्या अग्रवाल जी हैं या ये नीतू अग्रवाल जी? नीतू अग्रवाल जी लग रहा है मेरे को.
Actually, I want to ask something. Like मेरी बेटी in the
Keep the microphone near your mouth. बोलिए मैम. दीपशिखा जी, you were telling me something. Nitya ji is there.
my daughter is in class 6.
Okay.
Sometimes वो कभी कभी ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछती है, you can understand कि वो ग्रो अप हो रही है.
Permanently to
उस कंडीशन में क्या
we
मतलब हम
can go for maximum 3
ट्राई
months.
भी नहीं कर सकते कि नहीं क्या बताना है, बट बता भी नहीं सकते. तो
नहीं मैम, नहीं बता सकते हैं तो देखिए, जैसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि कोई बच्चा आपसे पूछे 5 साल 6 साल का कि मम्मी मैं आपके घर में कैसे आया. Now you cannot tell or recite or speak
Yeah,
out
but-
about the poet, but don't tell him a little
It
bit
depends,
light.
and it will not be feasible
जैसे
for us.
अभी कोई बच्चा, मैं देख रहा था एक सीरियल, वो कहता है मैं आपका बच्चा नहीं, वो कन्हैया वाले में ही देखा था, वो कृष्ण जी का एक सीरियल आया था, है ना, कि मेरे को आप हार्ट से लेके आए हो कि आप गोरी हो और मैं काला हूँ.
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल.
Not such type of things.
Okay.
But give him some satisfactory answer कि बेटा you are quite young
And
for
आपसे
this
कब मिल
question.
सकते हैं सर?
Think about it कि you and me, we were
हम
relatives
तो
in the last.
कल आ जाएंगे.
This is our reincarnation. This is our second birth together. You are
यहाँ
my
से maximum
in the
like
last
around 2
birth
hours.
समटाइम्स सर ये भी होता है कि लाइक
Alright.
जैसे कुछ कंपैरिजन हो जाता है,
Okay.
तो फिर समझाते हैं कि नहीं ऐसा
तो
कुछ
आप
नहीं
ऐसा
है.
करिए कि उस
But-
चीज को अगर बच्चे से कोई डिस्कस
Okay,
करनी है तो स्ट्रेट अवे ना बोलिए
Yeah.
कि बेटा हम डिनर में बात करेंगे या संडे को बात करेंगे या पापा के सामने बात करेंगे, और वी विल सिट टुगेदर एंड फाइंड आउट द आंसर. समथिंग लाइक कि ही विल बी एंगेज्ड. आप सोचो,
Okay.
पूछना मत किसी से, आप सोचो क्या हो सकता है, व्हाट माइट बी द आंसर.
Okay.
कोई पेरेंट्स कह देते हैं कि हॉस्पिटल से लेके आए, कोई कहता मार्केट से लेके आए. कुछ ऐसे आंसर
Exactly.
दीजिए सो दैट ही विल बी थिंकिंग अबाउट. मेरी एज अभी नहीं है ऐसी, ओके नो प्रॉब्लम, कहीं डायरी में नोट कर लो और अब से 2 साल बाद हम लोग ये करेंगे.
Okay.
और कभी ऐसा भी आप कह सकते हैं कि योर साइंस टीचर विल टेल यू विद इन योर क्लास. साइंस क्लास में साइंस टीचर आपको बताएंगे. गिव हिम समथिंग सो हिज क्यूरियोसिटी इज रिटेन्ड एंड ही डजंट लूज द इंटरेस्ट. चलिए, और कौन है, कोई पूछने वाला है तो बताएं. अगर नहीं है तो हैव गुड डिनर एंड साउंड स्लीप. कर्राटे वाली
Thank you so much, sir.
नीतू जी, आपने बताया नहीं नित्या है कि नीतू अग्रवाल है.
Sir, I want to share something.
हाँ दीपाली जी, बताइए.
Sir, my son is commercial pilot. He is now training for commercial pilot.
ओके.
He's a 21 years old and every day जब उसको फोन होता है तो वो शेयर करता है, आज मैंने फ्लाइट कैसे चलाया, कैसे लेफ्ट टर्न किया, राइट टर्न किया. मुझे समझ में तो कुछ नहीं आता है, बट मैं उसको जवाब देती हूँ तो ऑलवेज क्यूरियस अबाउट एवरीथिंग.
That is a good sign. That is a good sign.
Hello, sir.
हाँ जी मैम.
Thank you so much, sir.
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम.
सर, जो आपने ये जो क्रिएटिव पनिशमेंट का जो आइडियाज जो दिए हैं, जो शेयर करें,
जी.
वो मुझे बहुत अच्छे लगे. सर, जैसे कि हम एक स्कूल चला रहे हैं, तो फिर सर हम और किस तरह के बच्चों को इस तरह के क्रिएटिव पनिशमेंट से थोड़ा सा इम्प्रोवाइज कर सकते हैं, मीन्स कैसे
यही
इम्प्रूव कर
चीज-
सकते हैं?
The things which I have asked you to implement on your child, you can implement on your. अभी देखिए, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर दिया जी, कॉर्पोरल पनिशमेंट आ जाता है. इट इज
हाँ जी.
हमारे टाइम में क्या होता था कि वर्क एक्सपीरियंस.
हम्म.
गो टू द गार्डन, लर्न फ्रॉम द गार्डनर कि कटिंग कैसे होती है, ग्राफ्टिंग कैसे होती है, कौन से 2 पेड़ ऐसे हैं जिनको बीज से नहीं उगाया जा सकता. देयर सीड्स कैन नॉट बी सोन इन द सॉइल. बरगद और पीपल. आई ऑल्सो नो बाय द वे ऑफ क्वेश्चनिंग. So give them such questions कि गूगल सर्च नहीं करना, उनको मोबाइल देना ही नहीं है, नेट देना ही नहीं है. तो गार्डनर से पूछो ग्राफ्टिंग क्या होती है, वीडिंग का क्या पर्पस है,
हाँ जी,
व्हाट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन फर्टिलाइजर एंड मैन्योर.
yes,
Similar such things which are creative, which will be giving him something inquisitive that he tries to find out something new.
yes,
पेपर क्राफ्ट दे दीजिए, ओरिगेमी दे दीजिए, म्यूजिक टीचर के पास भेज दीजिए कि मैडम इसको तबला सिखा दीजिए, इसको हारमोनियम सिखाइए. पुट द प्रेशर ऑन योर टीचर्स कि मैम दिस इज नन ऑफ द प्रेशर ऑन यू. ये बच्चा आपकी क्लास में आके बैठेगा रेगुलर. You play harmonium, and when you play harmonium, he will be sitting by your side. When he is free, जैसे अभी क्रिएटिविटी के लिए है, अगर किसी ने कोई ऑफ टास्क कर दिया तो उसकी क्रिएटिविटी के लिए क्या होता है कि भैया आपका लाइब्रेरी पीरियड गया, गेम्स पीरियड गया, you will be sitting with the library teacher and go for indexing of the books. सीखो क्या कैसे होता है. वोकेबुलरी ए 5 7 10 वर्ड दे दीजिए, गिव हिम 10 वर्ड्स कि इनको वो डिक्शनरी में कैसे अपीयर होंगे, इनको लिखो, उसी सीरियल में लिखो, थिंक अबाउट योरसेल्फ. सो सच टाइप ऑफ क्रिएटिविटी. टाई की नॉट्स कैसे बनती है, बड़ा बच्चा हो 9 10th में, आस्क हिम कि देयर आर डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ टाइंग द नॉट्स ऑफ अ टाई, नेक टाई. लर्न समथिंग न्यू. गूगल सर्च करो, किसी से पूछो, बट ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट समथिंग. ऑलराइट,
okay, sir.
राइट मैम. थैंक यू वेरी मच लेडीज. देयर आर नो जेंटलमैन. नहीं, the one Rajneesh ji is there, Rajneesh Vaishnav ji is there. Thank you
sir.
very much, ladies and gentlemen, to be present here.
Thank you, sir.
And I will be ending this, and most probably in the morning before 8 o'clock you will be getting all the recordings, and before 10 o'clock you will get the certificates. Thank you. Have a good dinner and nice.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.